Make America great again. What the fuck does that even mean? Make America great again. Make women bleed out in the parking lot while they're waiting for fucking medical care. Hi, Sully. If your idea of making any place great again involves taking away other people's rights, there's a really special place in hell for you. And I don't fucking believe in God. I've seen a lot of fucking rhetoric about what Kamala did wrong, what the Democratic whatever the fucking party did wrong. And I'm telling you, and I'm saying this because I give a shit about people, there is nothing that woman could have done to take away the harm that has already been caused. There's nothing she could have been fucking Joan of Arc. It would not have been enough because it's not about her. It's about the whole ideology. If you can look your daughters, if you can look your mothers, if you can look your sisters, if you can look your friends, your wives, your ex-wives, if you can look any woman you know in the face and say that you support Donald Trump, you deserve to be in hell. You don't have any conscience. And it also tells me everything that I need to know about you as a person. Yes, we can have different political ideologies. Yes, we can have different worldviews. Yes, we can exist in the same world, but we have nothing in common. You're morally corrupt, and you would rather have a convicted felon who's raped women, who wants to be a fucking dictator, and who would prefer to let women bleed out and get turned away for critical medical care and have forced pregnancies in a country that number one cause of death of children is school shootings. This is the guy that you want to have nuclear codes. This is the guy that you want to be making huge decisions for millions of people. So yes, we can have different worldviews. I just don't want anything to do with you. I don't care why you support Trump. Frankly, it's none of my business. But I want nothing to do with you. And as a queer person, you can't even begin to imagine what that man wants to do our rights. If you think anything will be great again, you're literally in the dumpster fire yourself. Nothing will be great, and we will be having to be strong to show other people that this is not okay. That it is not okay to deny women medical care. It is not okay to force women to have births. It is not okay to make people choose between dying and getting medical care. It is not okay to make doctors turn away patients from medical care. It is not okay to accost women. It is not okay to sexually assault women. It is not okay to make jokes about sexually assaulting women. It is not okay to be racist. I can't believe I have to fucking say that. It is not okay to try to dictate how trans kids live their lives. The only thing trans kids need from us is support and advocacy. They do not need some old white dude having an opinion about their body. And we do not need a felon in charge of North America. Well, one part of it. And if you think this can't happen here, I have ugly news for you. What happened yesterday, whatever the fuck, it can happen anywhere. Because there are idiots everywhere, and there are people that would rather have someone who wants to take our rights back to the 1960s than have a black woman. Yes, neither candidate was perfect. Unfortunately, candidates are humans, so neither can be perfect. But this is not okay. And I personally, if you don't like that I'm talking about all of this, if you don't like that I'm being political, when I said block me, I said it with my chest. I will be blocking anyone who is trying to rationalize voting for Trump. I really don't give, like, I don't have it in me. I've spent the day mourning the fact that this is the reality that we exist in, and figuring out what we can do to not have this happen in Canada. So yeah, yes, I've heard it a million times. We can have different worldviews. No one ever said we couldn't. I just prefer not to have one where it's actively harming millions of people and people are dying. I just prefer to not take away people's human rights. Like, you know, I didn't think that would be like a controversial take. So the America that you want to make great again has women dying. It has kids afraid to go to school. There's metal detectors at school. There's kids getting massacred by guns. There's people of color that feel unsafe existing in their neighborhood, where they fear for their lives. They fear police. They fear, you know, and the women dying part, if you're a woman of color, you're fucked. If, like, they already have historically received poor medical care. So I don't care that you're a dad. I don't give a shit that you're someone's boyfriend. I don't give a fuck that you're a husband, and I don't give a fuck if you have daughters. That does not mean that you care about women. That does not mean that you are willing to champion women's rights, and that does not, unfortunately, that does not mean that you cannot be abusive towards women or actively vote for their harm. So yeah, it's a vote. We can have different opinions. I just don't want anything to do with you. It's not personal. It's simply political. That's what they all say, right? Don't lose people over politics. It's just political. So yeah, if you have the privilege of not having to be affected by politics, that's lucky. I don't know what fucking group you belong to that's possible, but that's not a thing. It's a privilege to not be affected by identity politics, because that means that your identity is not marginalized. So I will still be posting. I will still be talking about this. I think it's really important that we use our voices right now. I think I felt very sad today. I felt very, 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 very sad. And it took me a while to even be able to think about this in any way other than just bottomless depression. But I know that the people that are in my life would never vote for someone who is going to harm my rights. I'm lucky that I have a mom and a dad who support me. I'm lucky that I have a brother that supports me. I'm lucky that I have friends that support me. I'm lucky that I have people in my life that are standing up and saying that this is not okay. My grandma, thankfully, is not alive to see this happen. She would not be impressed. She was a public servant, and luckily, she did not have to be alive to see the stripping of women's rights, something that was fought for decades. So, luckily, she's not here to see this. And I know she's watching from up there, and she's really pissed off. It doesn't matter if you have a daughter. It doesn't matter if you have a wife. It does not matter if you know a woman. That is not enough. I know women as well. What you need to do is amplify the voices of people who are negatively affected by this. And women is just one part of it. Imagine fucking people of color right now. I'm a white woman. Imagine how people that are not white feel about this. Think about it. Use your fucking empathy. We all have empathy. I don't think suddenly half the world became sociopaths. Think about it. I have empathy. I can put myself in the shoes of those that chose to elect Trump. And I can't say I understand it, but I can accept that they are human and that they are flawed, but I cannot accept rights being taken away. I will never, that's never something I'm going to accept. I don't think any of us should. I think it's really, really, really bad to normalize any of this shit. But again, it's not a personal issue. I just don't want anything to do with you if you support Trump. Just like you probably don't want anything to do with me if I don't support Trump. So have a good night. To those that don't support Trump, I'll see you tomorrow. And to those that do, go fuck yourself. Actually, no, that's too nice. Hell's waiting for you. And I will be sure to say hi because I'm gay, so I'm going there as well.